What makes love complete? Is it just trust, care, and understanding? Or is there another vital element we often overlook? Many of us have grown up with the idea that love is all about trust, care, and understanding. This trinity has been etched into our minds as the foundation of a strong and lasting relationship. But there's an aspect that often gets pushed under the rug, a component that's just as crucial, yet rarely spoken about. Yes, we're talking about sex. Now, some might squirm at the mention of this three-letter word. In many cultures, it's considered a taboo, something that should only be discussed behind closed doors, if at all. But let's be real here, we're human beings and we have natural biological desires. And yes, sex is one of them. The reality is that sex plays a significant role in a loving relationship. It's not just about the act itself, but about intimacy, connection, and mutual satisfaction. It's about expressing love and desire in a way that words sometimes can't. It's not just about bodies coming together, but hearts and souls intertwining. Now you might think, but I'm not married yet, or I'm waiting till marriage. Does this apply to me? The answer is yes. Regardless of your marital status, understanding the importance of sex in a relationship is essential. It helps you navigate your future relationships with more awareness and empathy. But what happens when this component is missing? What happens when one partner loses the desire for sex, or when the frequency doesn't match up? The truth is, it can lead to frustration, misunderstandings, and even breakups. It's not about forcing anyone, but about understanding and respecting each other's needs and desires. So, let us delve deeper into the importance of sex in a relationship and why its absence can be detrimental. After all, love isn't just about emotions, it's about compatibility, understanding, and yes, the unspoken component of love, sex. Biologically speaking, we are wired for sex. It is not just a physical act, but an essential part of our being. In the grand tapestry of life, it's woven into our very DNA, driving our actions, decisions, and relationships. It's a fundamental aspect of human nature, as integral to our survival as eating, breathing, and sleeping. Now, let's delve a little deeper into the biological aspect of sex. Our bodies are designed to desire and engage in sexual activity. This desire peaks in our early 20s, which interestingly is often considered our biological prime for reproduction. However, due to societal norms or personal beliefs, many of us postpone sexual experiences until later in life. This gap between our biological urges and societal expectations can lead to a unique type of tension. You see, the human body doesn't understand societal norms or personal beliefs. It simply responds to the ebb and flow of hormones and instinctual urges. When these natural urges are suppressed or unfulfilled, it can lead to a form of frustration. This isn't just about physical dissatisfaction. It's about a fundamental part of our being that is not being acknowledged or met. This brings us to the intersection of biology and love. In a romantic relationship, sex plays an undeniably significant role. It's not just about the physical act of love, but also about emotional intimacy, a sense of belonging, and mutual satisfaction. It's an expression of love, a way to connect on a deeper level. Yet in many relationships, sex becomes a point of contention. One partner might lose interest or desire while the other's remains unchanged. This disparity in sexual desire creates a rift, leading to frustration and dissatisfaction. The partner with the higher sex drive might feel rejected or unloved, while the other might feel pressured or inadequate. Frustration and dissatisfaction may arise when these biological needs are not met. So how does this play out in a loving relationship? Well, that's a question we'll explore in the next scene, as we delve deeper into this topic. Remember, understanding and communication are key. After all, love is not just about trust and care, but also about respecting and meeting each other's biological needs. In a relationship, sex is not just about fulfilling physical desires, it is about creating a deeper connection with your partner. This is a statement that cannot be overstated. Far beyond the act itself, the role of sex in a relationship is multifaceted and profound. To begin with, sex fosters intimacy. It is an act of complete vulnerability, a moment where two people share themselves fully, physically and emotionally. This act of sharing and openness builds a bond of trust and understanding that transcends the physical realm. It's a way to communicate love, to express feelings that words might not capture, to create a shared language of affection and commitment. Yet, sex is also about pleasure and satisfaction. It's a human need, a biological urge that seeks fulfillment. In the context of a relationship, fulfilling this need together enhances the connection between partners. It's a shared journey of discovery. where partners explore each other's bodies, learn about each other's likes and dislikes, and work together to achieve mutual satisfaction. This brings us to the concept of sexual compatibility. It's about more than just physical attraction. It's about aligning sexual needs, desires, and preferences. It's about understanding and respecting each other's boundaries, being open to each other's fantasies, and finding a rhythm that works for both partners. Sexual compatibility is a crucial aspect of a healthy relationship. It can significantly contribute to a couple's overall happiness and satisfaction with their relationship. Sex also plays a role in resolving conflicts. After a heated argument or a misunderstanding, making love can be a way to reconnect, to reaffirm the bond, to let go of resentments. It's a physical reminder of the love and commitment that exist between partners, a reassurance that despite disagreements, the bond remains strong. But what happens when one partner loses interest in sex, leaving the other partner unsatisfied? This question brings us to a crucial aspect of the role of sex in a relationship: the need for ongoing communication and understanding. But that's a topic for another scene. Sexual incompatibility can lead to frustration, dissatisfaction, and even betrayal in a relationship. Now, let's dive into the potential consequences of sexual incompatibility. The first is frustration. When one partner has a higher sex drive than the other, it can lead to feelings of frustration. This is often because the partner with the higher drive may feel their needs are not being met or understood. The second consequence is dissatisfaction. If sexual needs and desires aren't aligned, it can breed discontentment. One partner may feel unfulfilled or unsatisfied, which can put a strain on the relationship. This dissatisfaction can seep into other aspects of the relationship, causing overall unhappiness. Then, there's the risk of infidelity. When one partner feels their sexual needs are not being met, they might be tempted to seek satisfaction elsewhere. It's important to note that this doesn't justify infidelity, but it does highlight the importance of addressing sexual incompatibility before it leads to such drastic measures. Sexual incompatibility can also breed resentment. When partners feel their needs are not being met, they may harbor negative feelings towards their partner, which can further exacerbate the issue. And let's not forget the emotional toll. Sexual incompatibility can lead to feelings of rejection, inadequacy, or loneliness. It can affect one's self-esteem and overall emotional well-being. So what's the solution? It all boils down to understanding and respecting each other's sexual needs. Sex is a fundamental part of a romantic relationship. It's not just about physical pleasure, but about intimacy, connection, and communication. Understanding your partner's sexual needs means being open to their desires, listening to their concerns, and being willing to compromise. Respecting their needs means acknowledging that their desires are just as important as yours and that their satisfaction matters. Sexual incompatibility is not a death sentence for a relationship. It's a hurdle, yes, but one that can be overcome with open, honest communication, understanding, and respect. Addressing the issue openly and honestly is key to resolving sexual incompatibility. Achieving sexual harmony in a relationship is a journey, not a destination. It requires understanding, patience, and mutual respect. Just as love is a dance between two hearts, sexual harmony is a dance between two bodies and minds. It's not about reaching a certain goal or ticking off a checklist. Instead, it's about continually exploring, understanding, and respecting each other's needs, desires, and boundaries. Open communication is the first step towards achieving sexual harmony. It's crucial to have honest and respectful conversations about your sexual desires and needs. Yet, it's equally important to listen to your partner's desires and needs. Remember, sexual harmony is not about winning or losing, but about finding a common ground where both partners feel satisfied and loved. If you find it challenging to communicate about sex, or if there are recurring issues that you can't seem to resolve, don't hesitate to seek professional help. A sex therapist or counselor can provide guidance, tools, and strategies to help you navigate these difficult conversations and achieve greater sexual harmony. Just as love should come naturally, so should sex. It's not something that can be forced or faked. It's an expression of love and intimacy that should flow naturally from the connection between two people. If you find that sex is not coming naturally, it might be a sign that there are deeper issues that need to be addressed, such as emotional disconnect, unresolved conflicts, or lack of trust. Finally, remember that sexual harmony is not a static state, but a dynamic process. It requires ongoing effort, patience, and understanding. There may be times when one partner's sexual desire is higher than the others, and that's okay. What's important is that you continue to communicate, respect each other's needs and boundaries, and find ways to maintain the sexual connection. Remember, love is not just about trust, care, and understanding. It is also about acknowledging and fulfilling each other's sexual needs. A healthy sexual relationship is a vital component of a lasting